Taste that pickle!
Hey folks, it's your pal Bobby here, back today with another pickle review. Today we're taking a look at Kosher Dill Halves by Claussen. And the first thing that I noticed, of course, is how big of a jar this is. This is really quite, I have pretty decent sized hands, I guess, and it takes almost the whole hand here to grasp this 32-ounce jar. And it looks pretty packed full of pickles, and it also looks pretty packed full of, well, seasoning, I guess you'd call it. I'm not sure exactly what all is in here. If we take a quick look at the ingredients, we can see that it looks like a lot of dried garlic and mustard seed is all those little round brown balls floating around, I imagine. Dried red pepper and a bunch of other random stuff. The turmeric, I think, is maybe just for coloring, but I'm not completely sure. One thing that Claussen decides that is important to know is that this product has always been chilled, never heated, which I don't know why exactly they would make that distinction. Maybe some pickles have been heated for sanitary purposes. A little tough to say exactly. And another thing I wanted to point out was the nutrition labels on items always kind of get away with a little nonsense in the sense where this says it's 0 calories. They do say that pickles is a negative calorie food. I don't know if that's true, but that supposedly means that I guess it takes your body more calories to digest the product than the product has calories in it. But obviously if you eat this whole jar of pickles, you're going to be getting some calories. So I kind of think it's a dishonest nutrition facts panel, but Claussen is certainly not the only one that does this. Another thing that I am noticing here, if you're worried about high blood pressure or sodium content, this is probably true for all pickles, but this is not really the pickle for you. One pickle slice basically is 12% of your sodium for the day, so that is quite a lot of sodium. But I think that's just, the nature of the type of product that it is. So if you are worried about sodium, probably not the best snack for you. But I think if you have purchased your pickles, you might already know that. Lots of nice spice in here. Let's give it a little shake. Make sure everything's nice and mixed up here. One thing I want to also point out is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on the video, and I really doubt it. But this says that the December 16th, 2022 is the Best By date. It actually happens to be December 18th. So this is 2 days past the normal consumption window. So if this is the worst pickle I've ever had in my whole life, I suppose we'll blame it on that. But I think I'm probably going to be okay for just 2 days after the fact. Without further ado, let's see what we got here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have taken 2 halves out of the jar, and also, of course, we poured some of the brine into this bowl here. I guess it's not really a big deal, but they got this little junk on the end of the pickle, so I guess it could have been trimmed up, but you're processing so many pickles, I'm sure it's tough to do that. I thought actually these, even though it says pickle halves, I thought that these were just slices of pickles. I, for some reason, didn't register that they're literal halves of pickles. So maybe my comments about the sodium was a little off base just because this is a pretty big, big piece of pickle, to be honest. So first things first though, you know me, I'm going to try out this brine. And I don't think people normally do this, but I'm just going to do it because I like to basically get a sense of the flavor before the pickle. So let's see what this is like. Slurping for good measure. Ooh. Very sour. Definitely not one of the stronger brines I've ever had. Kind of flavorless almost. Ooh. You get that initial sour pickle taste, and then the taste basically just dissolves into nothing. It's almost like water at that point, but the initial hit is quite sour. Oh, sour and salty, but good. Finally gonna take a bite of the pickle here. I damaged the pickle taking it out of the jar. That's not really a big deal. You know me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping for a nice big crunch when I bite into this thing, and then we'll see what it tastes like, basically. Here we go. Well, I think I definitely got a nice big crunch. And it's definitely a nice bite of pickle that I got there. I'm chewing it up. I think I'm tasting the mustard seed and garlic in the pickle itself. Whereas the brine tastes like, same as drinking the brine, hits you with that sour, kind of salty taste, but then dissipates. Let's try another bite. Definitely salty, definitely a good crunch, and definitely a good sized pickle here. Let's finish it off for good measure. That's a lot of pickle. I can never seem to keep clean hands. Chew, chew. I'm probably going to put this one back into the jar, because a half pickle is enough pickle for one moment in time. I think that this would really go perfect with a sandwich or a sub or a hoagie. Put one or two of these bad boys right next to it, and that's all the pickle you're gonna need with that sandwich. This is very good. Very good snack. The pickle taste itself is not as strong as maybe some other pickles I've had in my life. So it's not strong pickle flavor, but the pickle themselves are very good quality, good crunch, and definitely I could see incorporating this into my meals in the future, or just having a snack. One pickle half is all you need at a time. Kosher Dill Halves by Claussen, definitely a good pickle. Thanks for watching. We humbly appreciate the very important support from our Patreon subscribers.
Compromise Culinary merch available.